So Eric brought up a cool top 5 idea, and it's the top 5 things we would like to learn. And purposely, I didn't really define this. So this is going to be pretty interesting on what people put.
Open-ended.
Is it going to be practical? Is it just stupid stuff? I think it's going to be...
Mine are practical.
Yours are practical?
Sure.
All right. Who wants to start? Who's starting?
I'll go.
All right. Eric's starting.
All right. For me, number 5 is actually to learn another language. Probably, if I had to pick one, probably Korean, since I'm half Korean. So, yeah, growing up, I was actually bilingual. So I could speak and I couldn't write or anything. So I was too young at that point. But I was fluent in Korean. But not using it over many decades now.
That's rough.
You lose a lot of that. I still understand quite a bit of it. But even being able to understand it, I can't speak it very well. But yeah, if I had a lot of time, I would like to learn and be fluent in another language. Like I said, if I had to pick one, I would do Korean.
I'm very disappointed. I did not think of this. This probably would have been my number 5, but I put something else as my number 5. But yeah, I would almost change mine right now, but I've already got it.
All right.
But like I literally have like 20 something books and CDs and stuff on how to learn Japanese. And I downloaded apps on my phone and everything. I did this for like years.
Oh God, all that information, just didn't utilize it.
Right, because like I don't have anybody to practice with. I was learning by myself. And so yeah, and I took French in high school, like 3 years of it. I don't know why I didn't put another language on here. Mind blown. So instead I put learn how to backflip.
Oh, I actually seen a video online, and supposedly you can do it maybe in a day. You get like a mattress and you keep on doing it.
It's really just breaking that fear boundary.
Right.
Yeah. And the problem is because I've thought, I'll just go outside and try this. But
it's like, you could break your neck.
You can break, exactly. That's the
or
thought that goes through. It's like, I can get hurt seriously just trying to do this.
Yeah. Dude, I've always, being realistic, I did put acrobatics. I just put backflip because that's the main thing I want to do.
Right.
But I would like to actually do acrobatics, like actually be able to tumble and do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I tried to do a lot of that when I was younger, like teenager and stuff like that. I would, do the ninja rolls and stuff.
I can see you out there doing ninja rolls.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, I could do some decent stuff, like some cartwheels that were like more like flips, but they weren't like actual flips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They kind of looked like flips, but they really was a cartwheel.
Right. Correct. Yeah, I'll do some stuff like that, and I've always but the backflip was my main thing. Like be able to backflip. Oh man, it's just such a neat. Stupid, worthless skill.
Yeah. You can't use it in real life, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it looks neat.
I was at River Falls Mall, and this dude was up on the crane machine, and he just does a backflip off of it. That was like the first time I ever witnessed somebody in real life do a backflip. I think it was like, I don't know what, 10 at this point, 12. No, I was probably more like 13.
Yeah. See, I remember being at a show at Sparks and some guy thinking he was going to run at the stage and do a backflip, and he landed on his head. So,
wow.
He was running forward to do a backflip.
Yeah, he was running at the stage.
Can be done. It's just funny.
I guess for people who don't know what Sparks is, it was an elevated stage. It was probably like 2 feet off the ground. So he took off running, and then jumped up on the stage to go backwards.
Oh, to jump and push himself backwards.
Yeah, and it did not go well. He landed like pretty much on his face, like upside down on his face,
like ambulance style, or just like I'm embarrassed, I'm gonna move off to the side.
No, he landed like pretty much straight up and down.
Oh my gosh!
Like he got up and laughed, and we all laughed at him. But that's just what I remember of someone trying to do a backflip. So. That's what I picture me doing whenever I think, let me go in the backyard.
You're like, I got this. I got this. I watched so much YouTube just now.
Yeah.
So many parkour videos.
Yeah, it'd be bad. So me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, Eric. I picked learn another language.
Yeah.
I could have tripled it up if I changed it.
But mine's actually for a sillier reason.
Klingon?
No, it's Japanese, but it's so that I don't need subtitles whenever I watch anime, and I could do other things
I don't even
and
know if
just
that's
listen
silly.
to it. Yeah.
I don't know if that's silly at this point because there's so many people have done that.
Yeah. Because it's like I want to sit down in my living room and like watch an anime, but kind of have it be a background,
Right?
And so like still play on my phone. But if it's got subtitles, I have to straight watch and pay attention to everything that's going on.
Not only just watch, but you have to watch and read at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I specifically learned Japanese just so I could have a little bit more attention elsewhere than my TV.
That's fair. This is where you need Google Glass to where it displays the floating text and colors it as they're talking. So as you're walking around, or looking around, you can be like, "Oh, cool, yeah." I'm gonna make that app.
So we could have had 3 learn Japanese.
We could have
learn Asian.
Korean. Yeah, learn Asian.
Learn Asian.
Yeah. But anyway, I chose backflip.
All right, number 4 for me.
I just realized mine gets somewhat ridiculous. Anyway, keep going.
All right, number 4 for me is doing being able to storytell.
Oh, well, you're going to be excited about next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see, I don't have those skills really because, it takes a little bit of quickness to come up with something, witty or things that flow well. So being a little bit better at that would be a good skill to have. So, yeah, storytelling is number 4 for me.
We need to have more campfires, apparently.
I guess so.
Get some experience.
What
is it? The story cubes. Roy's story cubes.
Yeah, I do have those.
Oh yes, yeah, I got those too.
Oh,
yeah. Have you used them?
Whenever the kids were young, yeah.
They have expansions too. They do.
I don't think we need them. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're good.
All right.
My number 4 is to learn how to forge swords.
So you want all these
The useless random. Hey, wait, I can make a lot of money this way. Well, anyway, for I'm not even joking. When I was working night shift, I watched, I don't know, 50 to 100 hours of YouTube videos on how to actually blacksmith. Not just, I title it Forge Swords, which would primarily
that's what you want to make.
I want to make swords and knives and stuff like that because that's my favorite, actual weapons to collect. And I was like, man, it would be awesome if I could make my own and just carry
an
them
anvil
around.
And
just
pound out some metal.
Right.
Sharpen it.
Some of the problem was I was in an apartment at the time, so that wasn't going to work out very well. And I don't know. I've just always been interested in blacksmithing and stuff, but I'm weak, frail, and I don't like heat, so it's not going to work out.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, no.
By the way, yours are not that ridiculous. Just saying.
Really?
Oh, okay, cool.
The ridiculousness is going to go high around
because my number 4 is these are all kind of lumped into the same thing. It's a step further than your backflip. I would like to take the time to learn a martial art, specifically capoeira, though.
Capoeira?
Capoeira? That's the Brazilian dancing, crazy.
Dancing?
Like the Tekken guy?
Yes. Like that, or specifically just so I could do parkour.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
parkour's pretty cool.
Parkour's cool.
That's the whole reason I wanted to do a backflip.
Like if I wanted to learn
a
practical martial art, I would like Shaolin Kung Fu or something.
Right.
But if I just want to look crazy and cool, capoeira.
That was always the troll character to pick on Tekken because you're like, come on, can you even pick somebody else?
Yeah.
Or do the drunken Kung Fu.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that's my number 4.
All right.
Number 3 for me is being good at gardening or having that green thumb. Because you might think that.
Do you have a black thumb now, or just like a moderately okay?
It's not green. It has some tingy green on it, I guess. You think that all you have to do for gardening as in vegetable gardening is throw some seeds in the ground, water it, but bam, you got a good garden. But there is a lot more to it. I don't know if everybody tests their soil or put different additives or not additives, but put stuff in their soil to get better yields. And
I should have brought you back some what's it called, kudzu or kudzu.
Are you talking about gardening or farming? I mean, because aren't those like quite different?
Well, I'm not talking about
Well, even with gardening, you rotate your crops.
yeah,
That's true.
You change it up, but
I don't want to be a farmer, but to have I have a little garden
Yeah.
to make vegetables and whatnots
And to make pickles.
and make pickles,
Make
right? Yeah,
pickles?
I make some good pickles.
I agree. I was liking them.
So
Then we ate them all.
Yeah, I didn't
Sad.
do anything this year, but next year I got them all fixed up. I'm gonna try to start it again.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, just to do a better job at it and know what to do. Hey, these are looking a little dingy. I should add this to my soil.
Eric's game's right behind him. Garden dice.
Yeah.
Garden dice.
My number 3 is speed reading.
Oh, all right.
What?
That made my short list.
Actually,
did it really?
Yes.
I'll say something about that later. A little bit.
Well, anyway, so when I first met Rachel, she has this uncanny ability to be able to read at a ridiculous rate. So I got like the Dexter novels in the mail. And I'm not saying that Dexter novels are written on a very high level of skill, but or education level or whatever you call it. I sound like an idiot. This is why I can't speed read. Like I can read technical books and not fall asleep, but I read novels and I'm just out.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, though, I just like the speed.
I'm probably opposite.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
I
get.
could read a story, novel, and be entertained enough, but technical stuff and like numbers and
Dude, no
Yeah.
joke. Check this out. I read the entire Robinson Crusoe book in bed
mhm.
and was awake. Put it down, got on my phone. I read 4 pages of a War Machine novel, and I'm a massive War Machine fan.
Mhm.
And I was out. Like I fell asleep with the book on me.
Mm.
That's how bad it is. With anyway. I mean, not that would speed reading would fix that.
Right.
But I watched Rachel basically read the first novel of Dexter in one day, like literally like 3 or 4 hours, because I was packing my apartment and she was just sitting there reading it. She's like, "This kid, let me see it." Okay, flip through. I was like, "Are you reading or skimming it?" That's how fast she's flipping through the pages, and her retention rate's really good. So I envy her ability to do this. It's crazy. She checks out like 12 or 20 books from the library and then like the next week takes them back.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. I've not read that many total.
Right.
So-
Well, she reads in 1 week.
Yeah, right. It's nuts. So anyway, if you count up like rule books or tech manuals and stuff,
Oh.
I've read a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my number 3.
My number 3 is I would love to be an aficionado on a piano.
Oh yeah.
Just because you always see on YouTube all these people do like different arrangements and stuff, and I don't know, it's just kind of funny whenever they take like metal songs and do them on piano, but they slow them down and it still sounds like really melodic and pretty and everything.
Do they add double bass to it?
Yeah. But just being able to do that, or maybe if I want to do like just pop songs, I would like to just do renditions of songs. I find it neat to listen to piano versions of songs a lot of times because it's got pretty much the full arrangement in what they're playing. So it's usually got like kind of like the melody and then the vocal line they can add in with it, so it's real recognizable when you hear it. So
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Piano's awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to either play piano or violin, like a solo instrument, but I chose violin and paid for lessons for like 7 years.
Cool. Talk about violins and instruments. Number 2 for me is playing the guitar. I did end up getting a guitar, got all restrung it and learned about all that. I still haven't went into it, and I'm going to teach myself on the YouTube and whatnot. So it's been something I wanted to kind of get into, teach myself. Just haven't had the time to get into it. I've played piano in the past, trumpet, French horn, actually. So played instruments. I always thought the guitar would be kind of cool to get into. Also, I couldn't think of the name of it, but the little bitty guitar.
Mandolin.
Ukulele.
Ukulele.
Or the ukulele.
Yeah, doing one of those. I wouldn't mind.
Those would actually be really cool to be able to just kind of pick it
go
up.
to-
Same
pick it up
thing.
and-
You can do a lot of cool renditions with them.
Right.
You just sit there
I mean,
and
it's pretty
strum
much
away.
a guitar. It's just mostly the style of picking. It's
Mhm.
like a banjo is a guitar, but it's the style of picking that makes it.
that sound.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I think the chord or the strings are different on a ukulele.
Yeah, true. But what I mean is, like, you're still like on a ukulele, you make a chord. It's just a different chord because the tuning is different.
Right.
But it's the actual like the
How you
strumming
strum it.
pattern.
Mhm.
Kind of like with violin. Like people think fiddles and violin are different, but they're not. Fiddling is a style of playing a violin. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was saying. Anyway.
Cool.
Not being so technical. All right, Eric, play guitar. We can teach you.
All right, do it.
I can teach you how to throw it around your neck too.
Maybe.
Trust me. It takes a little bit of practice.
Does it?
Yeah, or hitting people. But
Yeah.
I mean, my what are we doing? Number 2?
Number 2.
My number 2 is to be able to professionally mix and master music.
Oh.
Professionally.
Yeah.
I can do a decent amount at
Mhm.
this point. I mean, obviously the podcast sounds okay.
Hey, I just got that music maker, and you can like do all kinds of stuff with that.
Well, let's
I got drop mix.
Drop mix, yeah.
Music Maker. Music Maker is literally the next version of Drop Mix, Eric.
Yeah. It has all kinds of stuff. I've made pretty good tunes.
Yeah. You put some cards in an order.
They sound good.
That's fair. What I mean is like actually mix and master live recording of instruments and stuff.
Mm.
Because, you know, we, as a band, we got to that point. My brother mostly did that work, but, you know, being able to do it to the point where I can basically have a final product and put it on a CD
And sound pro.
and sound pro.
Yeah.
Like I got $80,000 studio.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my number 2.
My number 2, this will probably happen eventually. If we ever move and get me a basement or a workplace to be able to do this at, I would love to start actually making cosplay props and armor.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think maybe Desi will probably go into cosplay a little bit, and it'd be neat for me to kind of maybe help her make some of her outfits and stuff.
Yeah. She sounds like she enjoys that.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. So the goal was maybe I'd love the next big thing I want to do, and I think it'll be easy enough to do. I just got to push myself to do it. Would be an Astrid from how to train your pet dragon.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fairly simple, but it would still be kind of impressive for her to walk around with the shoulder pads and the big axe and everything, and have her cute little ponytail and stuff, and just be Astrid. But yeah, side note, I kind of put that with. I didn't put it in my final copy, but I had forged weapons. So,
Yes. Yeah. Well,
So-
while I'm making this
Yeah.
cosplay knife, I guess I'll just make it
a
for
real
real.
knife.
yeah. So I thought it was funny that Tim said that earlier. So
Nice.
Cool.
make cosplay stuff.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's one of Tim's actually.
Hold on, before
All
we
right.
actually say what it, well,
Oh.
you kind of spoiled it.
Yeah.
Nope, keep going. It doesn't matter now.
Okay.
It's ruined.
Sorry.
No, I
Mom-
just didn't stop you fast enough.
Mine is actually speed reading because I was thinking, hey, how am I gonna learn all this stuff really quick? If I was able to speed read and retain that information, you know, you can
Dude,
go
I don't know if you can speed read
Speed-
text stuff.
speed read and learn.
Speed read rule books. Flip. All right, let's play this game.
There's a whole lot of by the ways happening on that one,
Oh, by the way.
or referencing
Yes.
going on.
So yeah, just having that skill to go through something quickly and retain it in a speedy fashion would be pretty cool.
See, the only reason I don't know if you're picking that specifically for rule books, but since we're a podcast about board games, we're going to apply it that way.
Uh-huh.
Speed reading is like absorbing a page at a time, and kind of like it's almost like you're assuming everything, but you're assuming it with a lot of like accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I've heard Tom Vassell talk about it because I think he.
Oh yeah, he
reads.
speed reads too. Yeah.
That's essentially what he said. It's kind of like you're skimming and you're filling in all the blanks and kind of hoping you're right.
Really?
Yeah. So you're
All
like
right.
like a speed
Like,
reader.
I already know
probably-
what this is gonna say. I don't need to. All right. I got that information. All right, I got this one.
Yeah,
so you're not reading all the words.
If you sped read The Hobbit, right, you'd be like, all right, we're in a field. Okay, cool. 15 pages later.
Well, of course, right. If you have a lot of unnecessary wordages and you know about the green
right, but
grass,
if you don't speed read, you don't know how to get past that to the meat of what's coming up unless you're seeing everything. And I think like that's what speed reading's doing is like, I get everything that's going on right now, even though I don't know what color his little,
all the little minor details.
His badge was on his chest. I just know he has like an emblem,
right?
Kind of deal. So, but my point is like I think the retention rate is like 80 to 90% for really good speed readers, and that wouldn't be good enough for rule books,
right?
Although it BA, could you imagine read like Microsoft certified, like the MCSE books?
Yeah, you'd be like, all right, I got this.
Let's do it. I'll take that test.
Right. I could get 80, 90. That'll be an A or B.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I was going to say is for the honorable mention for me, I picked one that I wouldn't mind, but there's no way I'm ever putting the time into doing it.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to learn to speed read.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, I would really like to
but know it now, but I'm not going to
dedicate time to do it.
Right.
No, that's fair. Mine is to BMX.
BMX.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say that I would have pegged you for a BMXer.
I agree. This is why it's on the honorable mention.
You don't like those risky moves that you have to do.
Yep. For the longest time, I always wanted to skateboard. I did skate for a little bit. I didn't do anything fancy at all. And then I figured, BMX might be cooler because, I mean, it's a little bit easier to get into, I think.
Yeah.
To control and everything.
I think so.
Yeah. And so I was watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff and over like the past couple of years. And I just thought it's a pretty cool thing to do. But yeah, I'm never going to do it. It's just one of those things where I guess I'll just buy a BMX game and play it.
Yeah. There you go.
Problem fixed.
Right.
Yeah.
Live through the game.
Yeah.
I cheated. I kind of put like two things.
That's fine.
One of them, I put to draw and paint better. I've done paintings. I'm not bad, but I would like to be able to be more efficient with my time. It's like,
remember the claptrap?
Yeah, the claptrap, it turned out good, but that took me like so many hours to get it to look like that. It'd be nice if I guess
printed it out.
I guess just from like, you know, getting tattoos done, and it's like, and a tattoo artist is like, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and like they draw the Mona Lisa like just in a sketch in like in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Like, and it's like, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that was like really fast and it looks great. And he's sitting there saying it looks like crap because there's like little things wrong with it.
It's just a sketch.
Yeah, it's just a.
Hey, well, that's what I was thinking. Crumples it up, throws it away.
Yeah.
Ooh, what did you do? That's like $50.
Yeah, and so I would just like to be more efficient with it. And then the other thing is, I think Eric might have said something along this line. I went a little bit more ridiculous with it. With your storytelling. I would like to be more like witty and quick, obviously, because I'm not really good with the witty games we play. But
see, this is a perfect opportunity for us to play these types of games.
But being really good at like what's it called? Whenever you do comedy, improv comedy, or actually freestyle rap would be really cool.
Freestyle rap.
Oh yeah, freestyle rap would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But I don't know who I'm going to battle. But
you don't have to battle anybody.
No, you got to battle. You got to have something in front of you to challenge.
If you learn, I'll find you some battles.
And you got to take their words they give to you and throw it back at them. And
I still have a great CD idea for this. Right? It's called "Bling It On." It's just a bunch of iced out rappers where it's an old rapper versus a new rapper on each track. Bam! That's like that whole series. What are people like the Now 55 or whatever? Like the CD compilation CDs they sell. It's called like Now. Or
have I not seen these? I don't know.
Hold on, Now CD. Let's see. It's called it's just called Now that's what I call music, is what it's called.
Oh, I've not seen those. Okay.
Me neither.
This one is 100. They've been doing it for a while. But anyway, it's a compilation CD. So they can just have Bling It On 24. They can just keep doing it. I'm a marketing genius. Anyway, Eric, what's your number one?
Number one.
That was my drums. Oh, on another honorable mention, I want to make better sound effects.
Yeah. You work on that. We just gonna get a little soundboard. Like, ding.
We just need a dude from Police Academy.
Oh, wow.
Join the show. He'll just that's all I'll do is he'll sit off with another mic.
Yeah.
And just like
add a little effects.
And troll us with noises.
wah, wah.
Yeah.
All right, number one for me is being able to make gadgets and even like on top of that, being able to do
Like,
So basically, you want to be MacGyver?
I was going to say, like, MacGyver?
Kinda. Like, hey, it would be really cool if I could make something that, when I come downstairs, that door opens automatically, or I can push this button and it'll make me my eggs, or I don't know. Be able to make that, little bitty machines that do something. And also, besides that, also be able to do small component repairs, whether it be replacing capacitors or on something, or
like resistors. I can show you all that.
Or not only being able to do it.
That just takes knowing what's going to kill you and what doesn't.
Yeah, not only because I can replace a capacitor. That's pretty easy, but being able to test and have the knowledge already, or to get that knowledge to be able to figure out what something's wrong with this mechanical item or this electrical item.
That's fair.
Yeah. So all encompassing on that.
That is a huge encompassing.
Yeah.
You're basically like,
but it kind of goes into each other.
This is what I heard. I want to make inventions so I can sell them for money, and I want to know how to fix stuff so I don't have to pay other people money. That's what I heard.
All right, we can do that.
Don't you already do this? Eric's like, I fixed my HVAC 3 times.
I did. I did fix it out, but in those cases, I figured out it was the motherboard and switched out the motherboard. But I wasn't able to take out the motherboard and be like, all right, this is this part of the motherboard.
True story. Mm-hmm. Most of these people aren't doing that either.
Oh yeah, I'm sure because
they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna place. Oh, I didn't fix it. Well, I kind of thought it was this, so let's do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be able to diagnose and go more, smaller component level instead of replacing a whole motherboard per se.
Do you know how to do a multimeter?
Oh yeah. Not everything
the
on a multimeter, but
I click it on that one thing.
Basic multimeter.
It
stuff.
moved.
Yeah, it moved. Bam. I can turn off the power.
I could test voltages and test for continuity. Yes, that I could do that kind of stuff. But I have a pretty good multimeter that does a lot more than that. I don't know everything it could do.
Yeah.
Or, use it to its fullest.
Sounds like you want to be an electrical engineer.
That'd be cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what you need to focus on if you want to do all that stuff.
So, number one, go back to college.
I guess
I want another career.
Yeah.
My number one is recent.
All right.
And I want to do magic.
Oh yeah, I should have guessed this.
Yeah, no, I actually put cardistry specifically.
Mm-hmm. Card magic.
Yeah.
Cardistry
is the art of the dexterity of cards. There's no magic. It's literal.
Well, yeah,
dexterity.
We know it's not magic.
No. What I mean is there's no tricks either. It's flipping the deck over or fanning them out and spinning them around in your hand and spinning cards.
Oh.
Like that kind of stuff is called cardistry. Then you have the card magic or card tricks.
Gotcha. So you're more interested in the cardistry of stuff, of doing stuff with the cards. Tossing them or...
I kind of want to do both.
Yeah.
I want to do a trick, but flourish it up with a bunch of cardistry. Like, is this your card? Spinning on the tip of your finger and then hand it to them. Stuff like that.
What when you add those two together,
Yes.
it makes it so much more.
Yes, agreed. So like it's interesting that I'm just getting into this
Mm-hmm.
because I've always been interested in, and you guys heard this like many times now, but or maybe you haven't. I've always been interested in those little fiddly things, right? Like
Yeah.
contact juggling. I was doing that for a little bit with like the crystal ball and
Right.
stuff, like David Bowie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. From
Yeah, he did that in
Dark,
Labyrinth.
yeah. Oh yeah. Not Dark Crystal, but Labyrinth. Or I was juggling, or I did the devil sticks, where you have the, like 2 sticks and you hit the big
Mhm.
baton or whatever. And I had this other thing, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a string that has 3 balls on it, and I can't remember what it's called. It died real fast, so it didn't stay around.
Mm.
Or like hacky sack, like those like dexterity things. The problem with every one of those, except for maybe hacky sack, is you have to have it with you, and they're bulky items. You don't want to carry them around or whatever. But like this is a deck of cards, and I'm kicking myself now because I passed so many of these up at Goodwills.
Yeah.
But like it's just a deck of cards, and you keep it on it, and it's perfect sense for me because one, I can do dexterity stuff with cardistry and flipping cards or whatever. I can do tricks with it, which is cool because it's a neat thing to do and show people.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, you can also bust them out and play a game. It's like the perfect thing. A deck of cards is literally the most perfect thing.
And if you're good at it, you can use it as a weapon.
That's true. I will get to that point as well.
Because people can throw those cards.
They can
with
cut
some
out
force.
like cut watermelons and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I like this.
We get
kinda
metal
liking
cards
this
as
stuff.
well.
Metal cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got well, I had a sharpened card. It was just one. All it is
Oh.
is a piece of metal sharpened with a card printed on it.
Yeah.
I don't consider it a card, but
Yeah.
anyway, Matt, your number 1 is
My number 1 is it might not be too surprising, but I would love to be able to dance on Usher level.
Oh.
And really just over all the years, like all the different dance trends, like really going back to being able to break dance. I always wanted to be
you
able
want
to
to be a breakdancer?
Yeah, I always wanted to be able to do the windmill.
Dude,
like,
did you see I had cardboard out in the garage, Matt?
Yeah, I know. I could have done head spins and everything. But that I love like watching people do dubstep and everything. And then just Usher. I've always loved Usher and watching him dance. And it'd be cool to be able to
I
dance
forgot
like that.
Then that was like a huge little fad for a minute there. I was watching people dance to dubstep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I don't know. It'd be fun to be able to do all that stuff. But
What about classical dancing and stuff too?
mm,
I don't see that with Matt.
no.
You just want to be able to 2-step your way to
Yeah, victory.
Yeah.
victory.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think that's pretty much the 3 styles I'd want to do.
Like basically stuff where you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You don't require a partner.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, not like swing or anything or foxtrot. None of that.
That's fair. I wouldn't mind learning some kind of dances. I just want to.
Like classical dances?
I don't
Or
anything.
just
I mean, at this
put
point,
some moves out.
I just like I never like. Okay, look, when the first time I went to a club, we played a show, right? So I like never went to these clubs and stuff. And then when I met Rachel, like her friends, and they hung out at clubs, so we went in there, went and met them, and it's like everybody's standing in a crowd, and you're not doing anything. You're just kind of swaying back and forth, snapping some fingers.
Right.
I'm like pulling my Will Smith out, but it just still look dumb. Like I feel so awkward. I feel like I either need to kill and attack something with my moves or retreat. And like the dancing just never, it's weird because I like all this dexterity stuff. You figure dancing wouldn't be that.
Be dexterous.
Yeah, but I think that like it's weird because like I have artistic stuff too.
Yeah.
And I like dexterity. And dancing is like artistic dexterity.
Yeah.
And it's just like blocked.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would like to at least learn how to not look like a fool.
There. We're all going to take a class.
Oh,
Yeah, here we
like
go.
I always tell everybody, and y'all have seen it. I can't dance. I just like to.
Yeah, well, the alcohol helps that.
Yeah.
Actually, you could do it. You could throw down some 2-step though.
Yeah, I can 2-step pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like moving. It would be nice for it to look a little bit more conformed.
That's fair.